The most entertaining event of the spring-summer 1996 season was John Galliano's mere 15-minute presentation. But in those short minutes, Galliano managed to stage a major fashion moment. This spectacle had the world's highest-paid supermodels emerging from trapdoors and wiggling through the audience, who was seated on and off the stage.
We wanted people to feel almost like they were walking through the backstage of the theatre. I wanted people to smell the grease paint, to see the oil, the tutus, to feel it as part of that unselfconscious beauty that we were trying to portray this season. And I wanted for you all to be on the stage as well. There was a storyline too, where we started really with the section called The Missionary. And that was almost like the girly version of Lord of the Flies. These wonderful children that had swum to safety on some exotic island and decorated themselves with the flowers of the island, with their shrunken school uniforms, baby fastenings, smocking. And then the wonderful Contessa Casati comes along, which was a section inspired by the artist Boldini. And of course she falls in love with one of the little girls, who by now are like little savages, and decides to take them back to Paris to give them an education at l'École de Danse, which is the Degas influence. And then we end with a Brancusi influence section, really very pure day wear.
There used to be things happening like that, we call happenings. And this is what it was all about, you know, 5 people doing something. This is like almost like that, which, you know, is magic nowadays.
He manages to marry the idea of the world of couture with the idea of the happening of the 60s and going into a whole evolution of an art happening. You know, I don't consider his things fashion shows, they're more like events.
Every Galliano show has been an event, and spring 1996 was no exception. Anticipation mounts with each season, and a Galliano ticket is the hottest to have. You had to have patience, though. He kept his audience in the dark and waiting nearly 3 hours until his elaborate hair and makeup confections were stage ready. One season, even Madonna lost patience and left before the true spectacle began. John's collections create a story all their own.
I'm always making believe and making up stories in my mind, in my head. I find it adds a richness to the clothes to have a personality or a life, to know who she is, where she sleeps, what she drinks, does she live by electricity or candlelight. It just adds another richness to know this personality.